So this is what the bathroom ceiling looks like. Can you see that? But then I usually clean this from time to time. You see the way it is? That's my hand. I usually clean from time to time, but it requires me to climb. You see that? This is the things you look out for, So now I want to, normally I use this. Let me just do justice to this, since they will be coming here to view this house tomorrow. But that notwithstanding, I'm not helping the people coming in to view this. I know what to do. It's somehow, we've complained about this to the landlord. He did nothing. We made complaint, nothing was done. So for me to clean, I just wash something because I'll be spraying this. Look at that. This is the best thing you use to kill mold. You don't even need to wipe it. Look, if you haven't bought it. Yeah, so, and it's quite strong. We'll come in here tomorrow, but if they have eyes, they will definitely see. Because this one I've cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. Said the house is begging. See that? From the previous, I don't know how many years ago, they will cover with paint, but when you clean, you can't clean this. You can't clean, so definitely they will say it. So I'll just clean a little bit. I'll just clean it. So I went to view a house 2 days ago, and I asked the agent this very question. My husband was shocked. I said, "Are you sure snakes won't be coming out from that roof?" My husband was shocked. Feel free to ask a whole lot of questions. Yes, the questions you don't ask, you don't know about it. So I've got a list of questions that you should be asking your agents, when going to view a house. Meanwhile, I am having one awkward moment this afternoon, to be honest. I just came back from coffee dates with my Filipino friend, work colleague as well. Guys, when going on a date with anybody that is a foreigner in this very country, let me just give you a secret. Please carry your card. Carry your debit card. You get why. I don't want to say it all because you are on your own. When a Nigerian invites you over, you can decide to do otherwise. Okay, so I just got this email. Dear Chinyere, I hope you are well. I am emailing in regards to what? Viewing. We have your property, blah, 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 the address. Tomorrow they are coming to view this. We do have keys to access the property. So if you will not be home, please do not worry, as we will be able to gain access into the house. And they are bringing 2 people to come in and view this property. And guess what? We are living in 2 months' time. Yes, we just gave our landlord the 2 months notice. That was a couple of days ago. And now they are bringing in people to view. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. You are in a property and people will be coming in to view. In fact, I just came back, though I've had hot swallow. Broccoli swallow and oat swallow with broccoli oats and then obono. Something had jollof rice. I am looking forward to the day my son would beg me to have Nigerian, swallow. I will be so happy because he doesn't. Yes, that aside, I don't know how you have ever felt having people coming to view an apartment that you are still living inside. My plan this afternoon, today is Thursday, I had a plan once we come back home just to put some clothes into the washing machine, wash. I normally sprayed in the hanger in my living room. You see, it's quite sunny, very hot. I can't believe I went out like this. Me, spaghetti off shoulder. That is to tell you how hot it has been, So just to spray. And this is another thing I'll be talking about when viewing a property. Imagine in this hot weather, you can't even go outside to spray because you don't have that outside. So this is a factor as well. So I'll be spreading those clothes in the living room, along the walkway, on the radiator. And now people are coming in here to view tomorrow. If you were myself, would you go ahead to wash and spread every week? When people will be coming, 2 sets of people will be coming to view a house you are currently living in. That would be disturbing. They will be looking everywhere. This is not part of my plan this afternoon. I've called off that bit. And I'm just looking at my house. Should I start cleaning? Oh God, my house is usually clean, but for the father, you know, when you're having a guest, even though your house is clean, you will still need to touch and arrange, and that is what the kind of pressure these people have put me into this afternoon. They said even if I'm going out, they have the keys, they have access. So they are not taking permission from me, they are informing me. So I cannot even say no, I don't even want to reply this mail. I'm sure they have sent the same mail to my husband. He's at work, we'll talk about this. But it's crazy, you know. So guys, there are a lot of things to look out for. So these are a whole lot of questions you should be asking when going to view a house. You can ask this to the landlord or to the agents showing you around. One is the bill and the rent. What exactly are included in the rent? Is it inclusive, non-exclusive? If it is inclusive, council tax, you know, electricity, water bills, blah blah blah, and what are not included, you have to know that. Secondly, is your deposit. How much is involved in your deposit, and how long is the contract? Is it 6 months? Is it 1 year? Though that would be part of your contract. You know, is this deposit money protected, or does it go in straight into your landlord or landlady's pocket? You know, normally they have these designated bodies that are in charge of rental deposits, so that at the end of the tenancy year, you get your deposit back. It's better off than staying in the hands of your landlady or landlord. The next question should be, when is the property available for you to move in? You know, yes, like us, our tenancy expires on the 22nd day of the month that we'll be moving. Unfortunately, that particular date is school day. I will be working, my husband will be at work, but we would like to leave the weekend. That particular day should be on Tuesday, but I've told my husband we're better off moving on Saturday. Yes, so that we'll be able to pack things. So you have to check if your moving date matches, you know, with your plans, your work schedules, and all of that. Another vital question is, why did the previous tenants move? I know a lot of people are scared to ask this question. Oh, check my last video. I asked that question. The previous tenants, you know, what happened? And the agent was like, because I was like, this house looks like it has been abandoned. It was a 3-bedroom house. It has a parking space, it has everything, but oh, that house looks like somebody has not lived there in the last 12 months. So I asked, that was where I said, it's like snakes will be coming out from this garage. And I said, how long? They said, actually, the previous tenants, they lived there for 10 years. I said, even at that, even if previous tenant lived here for 10 years, I lived in a house for 4 years, it was still clean. You know, so that place, you say, no, I can't even open my window living in that house, no matter how they pay, because they were, you saw the video, you know, work was going on, but honestly, no way, no matter how they touch it, no matter how that house is an ancient, maybe a house built in 1904, it's a no for me. Another thing you should ask about mold and damp. Yes, normally when tenants move, they usually come and paint and blah, just like this house. This is the major reason we are running off. Mud is, it has finished this house. I don't wash tire. In January, landlord promised to come and repent. We did not see her and her colleagues that came to check. And what quality assurance people, they came to check. They said, yeah, we'll be moving into a hotel for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that they will do reflooring, everything. That has been 3 months ago. They didn't show up. When I was writing our quit, this time around, now we they quit. Now we give landlord quit notice. Our termination letter, or what is it called? Move out letter. I specified that in my letter. I expressed our disappointment. She also apologized, you know. But this is crazy. Why are they bringing people to view a house that we're still in? Those people will go in the toilet and see those. I'm not cleaning those ones though, because the mold has come back. I cleaned last month. I cleaned last 2 months, though the one in my room has not come back again, you know, because I used that powerful spray. But that one in the toilet, is that what they're gonna see tomorrow and would want to rent this house forever? So ask questions about mold, damp. Check around the ceiling. Don't just look down. The cupboard, feel free to open the cupboard. You might see some scary things. If I had come here to view this house, I won't be renting it, because if I should show you inside my cupboard, it is not covered. It looks like some long crawling things. will be bringing out their head from the island. So please, endeavor. That last house, the cupboards, I cannot even put anything there. Hey, God, go watch that video. I was asking a lot of questions. I was so scared. So feel free, open all the cupboard in the house. Yes, ask the necessary questions. Look at the ceiling. If they don't paint it, definitely you must see some nonsense to show you that they've covered all those mold with them thingy. And if you ask the agent, if he hesitates to give you answer, that is a typical red flag that something is not right with that house. Also, heating and water pressure. You know, what sort of heating does that house? When I came here, when we moved in here, it was summertime, July last year. Everywhere was hot. When it started becoming cold around September, October, I struggled to find, because the previous house we lived in was electricity. It was very easy. But here I've never used gas. I didn't realize it was gas. I was looking everywhere. I was looking, but they said gas is cheaper. You know, it was the next door tenant who moved around in November that came in and showed me how to operate the gas thingy. You know, so you have to look around, and the water pressure in the house, check if the water just on the tap, run it and see the pressure. If it is slow, there's a problem in that house. The water thing is not working properly. Now you can also check the boiler. This is another question to ask. How old was or is the boiler in that house when it was serviced, and when was it serviced? We moved in here after 3 months or thereabout. They came to service this boiler. You know, in my previous house, I think they came for like 2 times to service our boiler. So you have to also ask that question to avoid being frustrated with boiler not working. You know, and it costs a lot of electricity consumption when your boiler is not working properly. Appliances in the house, are they all working properly? You check the fridge, the light in the fridge, does it come on or not? I kept reporting all of these things to my previous house owner, because it was managed by an estate. Wherever you complain, they come to fix it. And it's always good when a tenant in your house complains to you that some things are not good in the house. They are helping you maintain your house. If you are a house owner watching me, you know, it's better a tenant complains than those ones that don't complain. Those things will go bad. So you have to check if all these things are working. You know, you open the fridge, you test it, washing machine, are they fun? You know, all of those questions. In that house we checked, I saw the gas burner. It was looking so archaic, rusty. I asked, they said they're gonna change the gas burner. Go back to that video. You will enjoy me touring or viewing that house. Also ask question about what sort of broadband they use in the house. Sometimes they specify this in the description of the house. If you have found the house in one of these renting or letting apps, Rightmove and blah, they do specify, some don't, but you can ask, and the speed of it, because it will be frustrating if you work from home and these things are not working. Yes, when we first came here, we encountered such. It wasn't working, and I was going to take one job from home. I was so worried. Unfortunately, I didn't pass the second round of the interview for that job, and that was it. You also ask if those smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors in the house properly installed. Another question to ask is security issues. You know, has there been any burglary, robbery, you know, operations within that area or in that house? You can check the door handles to see if they lock properly or they have issues. Look behind me. Normally I would shut this kitchen door as I'm filming. Let me press it for you. You can't even close. Look, you see, you can't close this. Remember, we didn't come to view this house in real life. It was a virtual viewing. This is one of the reasons you should avoid virtual viewing at all costs, because they can't tell you everything. You're not here, you're not feeling anything apart from what you saw on the video that was sent to you. You know, we didn't even see outside of this place. It was just the inside. Avoid it at all costs. Now, another question you ask is, parking included? Does it have a parking space, or you have to pay? You need a permit to park on the street. Right at the front of my house, guys, I cannot park there. This is my window. Other cars park there, they have permit, I don't. Good thing, I am the only one on the street that have a designated parking space by the corner. Just me, just my one car. If I should park right at the front of this my house, I'll get tickets for parking there. This is my window, that's parking space. They're gonna lash me that ticket because I don't have street parking permit. And if you are to be parking on the street, have a look on the street and see if the street is actually crowded with lots of cars. That means you will struggle to find a space parking on that very street. If you are viewing a house and there are already furniture in the house, you should ask this question: what furniture stays and what furniture will be removed? You saw the first house we viewed. My husband was asking about the furniture in the master's bedroom and the other room. They have bed. The agent was like, if we would want those furnitures, that he was going to ask the landlord to leave them, not to take them out. And remember, ask about inventory. Is it allowed for you to do inventory? The house we lived in for 4 long years, I did inventory. The day we were moving, the agent that came to collect the key, you saw her. I showed her the inventory because the fridge, one of the compartments was broken. So I had to take a video of that. That is inventory. Whatever you need in the house, if there are chairs, cushions in the living room, or dining, some people do have dining, you take record of those things. These are the things I met in this house. In case when you are living, there could be drama. Then you bring up the video, the date and everything. This is what inventory is called. You ask, am I allowed to take inventory of this house? If you notice any crack anywhere, record it. Write it down, note it. Possibly, once you move in, you can even send it to the landlord. These are all the things. If not, keep it to yourself. In case when you're about to move, they begin to speak in tongues, you bring your own tongues language in a written format and video format as evidence and blah, blah, blah to show. Possibly, as you are filming, you say the date, you film that, blah, blah, blah. That is inventory. It is important to ask and do it. Next question is, how quickly are maintenance requests from the landlord held? Because low response could be that they will leave things to go bad before they respond. Who handles repairs in the house? Is it you? Because some people come on our Igbo group to ask, hey, this thing is broken, washing machine. Where can I get somebody to repair it? Because they didn't ask the questions you're supposed to ask. Ask such questions. Who handles repair? In this very house, we are not allowed by law to repair anything. It's there in the contract. The way I read my contract, I don't just want soft copy. I ask for the hard copy. When I read those maintenance area, use your pencil, marker, line it. Oh, I'm not allowed to repair anything. Bulbs, blah, blah. No, in this house, if any bulb goes bad, we're allowed to change it. But any other thing here, you call the landlady to fix it. As I mean the washing machine, you call the landlady. We did it in my former house. What did they replace? The washing machine. Their duty to do that. Fire alarm, the landlady. These are the things you should note. Don't go and do things that are beyond you. Ask the questions. It is necessary. Consider asking for the utility rate. What is it like? Ask to see the EPC. When you have a look at this, average rating of this EPC means that the utility will be very expensive in that house. Yes. Alternatively, council tax rating, again, is another thing. If it goes from it goes from A to H, A being the lowest, H being the highest. This very place, the council tax is grade C. EPC is entirely a different thing. Just see the rating. That's the utility, other utilities in the house. If it is low, you are in for a fat bills and all of that. But if the rating is higher, good luck. If you love pets, you can ask if pets are allowed. Some landlords do not allow pets and some do. Another question to ask is to look at transportation within the place. Is it closer to bus stop? It's not only being closer to bus stop. What is the transport system like? Yes. I went on a date today with my friend. She was going to be taking the bus. She told me the buses to her end is hourly because she didn't drive down. Hourly bus. One bus per an hour. And some places, maybe when it's 8 p.m., you will not see any bus again. So in case you are out and it's late in the evening, will you be able to return to your home? Would you see a transport to return to your home? if you're working in a far place, would you be able to access transportation back to your home? Okay, now phone signer is another thing. Do tenants receive good signal, while in the house? While you are still doing the viewing, quickly check your internet if it has pay, if it has died, if your connection has disappeared or not, because it would be highly disappointing when you cannot get access to network in the new house you moved in. Storage is another thing. View around if there are storage spaces where you can store things outside your house or inside your house. Some houses do have small pantry areas, storage corner, RPMs. Now, you also check for natural lights. Does the house, guys, even online, I get somehow uninterested when I open a house online and there is no much light. I'll be like, no, I don't like a house that is so dark, no natural sunlight coming in. It can feel very depressing, especially during the winter time. No. So you have to check, how bright the place is. Yes, if it is dark and moody, lot of depressing situation in this country. Talk more of staying in a house that is cool, no sunshine, nothing, no sunlight. Now you also check for noise and cleanliness. Noise, you can open the window if you can hear the sound of train, noisy neighbor. The first house we viewed by the corner, they were already, my husband said in that video, oh, there are happy people there, they were playing music. You can imagine, so loud and all of that. We love it as Africans, so you have to check out for those things. This might be the reason why the previous neighbor just moved. Dirty corners. When you open the window and look, if the surroundings is unkept, very dirty, that is a sure warning for poor maintenance. Check that house. That house I told you, I can't even open my window. If I am to be staying in that house, I will be very scared. The house is totally abandoned for ages. No matter how they paint it, it's not for me. So don't be in a rush to sign those documents or to say yes without checking all of those things, because a good house viewing is less about the pretty white paints, or white paintings in the house. No, it's about you spotting those things that would cause you stress when you start living in that house. So do not rush to sign all of them papers. Remember, you are even allowed to take videos, photos, yes, as you are viewing. But formally, you can even ask the agents. Why we take photos and videos? Because you might not be viewing one or two houses, so that you can compare and contrast when you get to your house. So these are all questions you needed to be asking when viewing a house, and the things you should be checking out when going on a house viewing. Yes, find out all of these things so that you don't say, had I known. So guys, honestly, this is awkward, expecting people coming to view this house tomorrow. Good luck. I think it is even better for them coming to view it now, because I know by the time we move, they will go and paint that toilet, paint those places that I've washed and washed. I am not proud to go and show you that toilet with them. No, I can't. It is bad. My son's room, I clean it all the time because I don't want him to force it. Mold is dreadful. It can cause asthma, difficult breathing to your child or to anybody in that house. So that's why those ones in the rooms, I clean them all the time. But for that toilet, and the toilet is very high, it has come out again for me to clean. Or should I go and spray? Because I have something that kills. No, let them come and see that toilet like that, so that they know what they'll be expecting when they move in. Nonsense and ingredients. I'm not doing it, so that they will see it in its real sense. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this very video. Good luck when you go to search for a house, and leave me your comments in the comment section. Bye for now, and see you again in my next video. You see guys, this is it. This is the after. Just about 2 minutes after spraying this. You see that window all gone? You usually eat it up. You don't even need to clean. You don't need to clean, but it's very, very strong. It's very, very strong. That's why I have to mask off. You don't need cleaning. But what happens after 3 months or about 2 months, they will start coming out again. This was the one I cleaned here about 2 months ago. This one, there is nothing again. Rata rata. The mold is dead, but you see those paints, they are gone. You can imagine sitting down and doing something in a kind of toilet like this. So this is one of the reasons we are moving. Endeavor to check out for all of this. Look at the window very well. People that will be coming to view this house tomorrow, they will not see. But if they have eye, they could see all of these ancient ones that has rusted. You know, that's enough to tell them that something is not right here. And when they see the wall like this, they will know. They are not blind. This one, it can't go out again. I'm suffocating. I need to get out of here. See that?